Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the postseason edition of the Bronx Muchachos podcast, brought to you by 5 Reasons Sports Network. I'm your host, Mark, and tonight we got the one and only Danny with us.
What's good, everybody?
Yo, everyone knows the drill. Rate, subscribe, like, review, all that fun stuff. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all that stuff. YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the 5 Reasons Network. I'm trying to be positive here, but there's nothing to be positive about. This was an absolute, this was a disaster, all through and through. It was a disaster. I mean, I can't even see what happened. I mean, we were 3 hit by the Astros. Christian Javier hit us tonight. No runs. We lost 5-0. I mean, there's a chance that things could have been different if the outfield play. Judge didn't run in front of Bader. I mean, I blame Judge because he knows better because he's played center field, so he knows that if the center fielder has got the ball, that he needs to run away, and he kind of ran right in front of him. As the bigger guy, as 6'7" guy running in front of someone, it's gonna affect them. But man, it's a sorry to say it. Let's just at least win tomorrow. Win tomorrow. Hopefully, we win 2 out of them. Just go back to Houston. Heads held high. But this was the game that they should have won. We had our ace on the mound, and they didn't show up. The bats still didn't show up. They didn't show up today. The lineup was pitiful. I mean, I personally think the way that Boone put this lineup together was absolutely atrocious. I don't care that Matt Carpenter got his first hit of the game, of the series, or the postseason, but does not matter to me. You still have Josh Donaldson there, who Boone is still putting out there, and he's batting 200 for the entire postseason. You have Judge, who's batting under the Mendoza line, Stanton batting under the Mendoza line, Torres batting under the Mendoza line, and those are in your 2, 3, 4 in the lineup right now. I'm at a loss right now. I'm at a loss. Don't know what else to say. Danny, take it away, brother.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. This is the lowest it's gonna get. Before an elimination, another elimination game tomorrow. We have Nestor on the bump again, in another elimination game. But the fact that Christian Javier has thrown 12 innings against us and has given up literally one hit in 12 innings. That's utter domination. Houston coming into this series, they obviously have the edge pitching wise, but their hands like above and beyond the best pitching that they have the best pitchers in baseball. Period. Bottom line, it's not even close. For Christian Javier to come in, not pitching in like 20 days or something like that, and do what he did against us. Sure, we could talk about lineup construction, but literally no one's hitting. No one. It doesn't matter. You could put Kyle Higashioka batting leadoff and pull the names out of a hat, and you're still going to get the same results. It doesn't matter. Houston pitching is just that good. And our offense is missing 2 huge pieces, DJ and Benny. Would that make a difference? Maybe. I don't know. It lengthens our lineup instead of having guys like Donaldson in there. You have DJ at third base. Instead of having Giancarlo having to play left, you have Benny playing left and Giancarlo getting the DH at bats. And then maybe, if IKF still does whatever he does, get Cabrera in there or Peraza or whomever at this point. It doesn't even matter. Like, it does not matter who we got in this lineup. It's not going to produce runs right now. And that's a product of Houston just being really good and us not being good enough. again.
Is it a product of Houston being that much better, or is it the fact that this team has kind of stumbled in to, for the most part, we let the foot off the gas after winning the AL East, and then just never put the foot back on the pedal?
I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. Houston did the same thing. They won 106 games and they coasted into the playoffs. So it doesn't matter. Like, all that stuff is just superfluous stuff. We're grabbing for straws, trying to find a reason why. Bottom line is, Houston is better than us. That's what it is right now.
I get Houston's better, but at some point, someone's got to. The players can be held accountable for what they're doing. Like I said, Judge, Stanton, Torres, they're all batting under 200. But at some point, it's got to come from above. The fact that Boone's turning around going, "Oh, it's not a must-win game tonight." That there should be more. He should have had more urgency placed up into this team.
Those guys know what they have to do. They have to win. Like, Boone saying it to the media, what's that going to do but put more pressure on an already pressurized situation? Like, what's the point of that? And Boone is not that dude.
I know Boone's
never
not
been
that dude.
So, and the guys in the clubhouse, they don't want that. They already want to win. So Boone's saying, "Oh yeah, it's a must-win game," and the guys in the club is like, "Oh yeah, no, like, no crap."
I don't know. I just think personal feeling is that from the top to the bottom, this is conversation for off-season stuff, but there has to be a philosophical change along the way, because there's no reason why this team is to be the way it's supposed to be. When you win almost 100 games, you win 99 games, you were the best team in baseball for what? 4 months out of the 4 months. You were the best team. Yeah, I mean, you were the best team. Like, everyone was looking up to you. They weren't looking down at you. They were looking up to you. And
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, we have to win tomorrow. We have no other choice.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's now must win tomorrow.
Yeah. So, this is terrible. No one wants this. The bats just completely went silent and disappeared. They're MIA. They're missing in action. Let's think of some other stuff. They're on the milk carton box, like missing persons, all that stuff. That's the Yankees offense right now. The pitching's done enough, to win this game. Gerrit Cole did enough to win this game, well, with the exception of the 6th inning, but where, got the bases loaded and he was already at 95 pitches, but he threw so many extra pitches because the beta era, and there was another situation earlier in the game where he had to throw more pitches due to an error. So it's, we're not helping ourselves. We're not helping ourselves, and giving Houston extra outs is not the way to go.
No, we're usually we're usually the team that gets the extra outs, and now we're just giving up. We're giving up the extra outs. It's not Yankee baseball. It's not how we've all known baseball to be played by this team.
No. They've just shriveled up, man. They went into into a corner and shriveled up. Maybe this team is not who they thought we were. I mean, maybe this team is not who we thought they were. Sorry. So they showed a lot of grittiness. They showed a lot of resiliency throughout the season. And if there's ever a time to really delve deep into that, it'd be tomorrow. They have to find a way to win, or their season's coming to an end at Yankee Stadium against the Astros again. And it's been since 2015, 2017, 2019, and potentially now 2022. Now we know how Boston felt for 86 years, where they couldn't beat the Yankees. There's going to come a time where, we come up and we do everything we need to do. I don't know if it's going to be this year. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think tomorrow the season's likely over. And, I'm usually pretty positive, but this offense is not giving you anything to be positive about.
No, in our chat, what I ask you for, man? What I ask you for today? I ask you for some positivity.
I can't find it. I've looked everywhere. It's nowhere to be found. Unless tomorrow the bats come out swinging against Lance McCullers, get an early lead and try to find a way to knock it down, to wrap it up and live another day. Then we got J-Mo on the mound, and you're not feeling really good about J-Mo on the mound.
He didn't pitch bad in the game one.
He did it, but
no, not at all. But going back, it's right. It's the bats aren't there. It's the offense is anemic right now, and that's not something that you would think to have. That word is not something you would associate with New York Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know Dave's sitting there going, they've been in the stalemate for 13 years, hasn't changed now, never will. Hate to say it. I mean, that kind of conversation, I'll have that conversation with everybody in the offseason. I'll full on go down that road, but right now it's they need to make the changes that have to be made, and guys that are some of these people that are in the lineup or continually be put in the lineup that aren't producing. It's not your day tomorrow. You have to sit down. That's really what it comes down to. I don't care what the back of the card says anymore. I don't care what your contract says. You're not producing. You got to sit.
Hopefully the guys who are coming off the bench do something. You expect IKF to spark.
You couldn't even get through that one with a straight face. At this point, man, I fully expect IKF to be staying on the bench. I fully expect this now. There's no reason for him to play anymore. Yeah. If you're gonna make the change, you put Peraza back out there. You put Giancarlo at DH. If you want to play IKF, you put him at third base, and that's a big if, like big ifs right there with every highlighted, bold, whatever you want to do. Like that would be the biggest whole oh my god that move happened type of thing, because he doesn't deserve to play, nor does Donaldson at this point. But we don't have any other outfielders to put out there, and then if you put Giancarlo back in left field, what are you gonna do? You put Carpenter back at DH, and we're gonna still have the same problems.
Yeah, it's comical at this point. The coaching staff has a lot to discuss tonight, for sure, when it comes to lineup construction. Man, it's tough. This is Dave likes to. The sky's falling, but this is literally the time where the sky is quite literally falling. We have literally one game left against one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball, to not even one of the best pitching staff in all of baseball, and we have to find a way to win and score runs, and it's not looking good.
No, you're right, and we did ourselves no favors at all. I mean, forget the injuries. I don't care about the injuries. I don't care about the injuries to DJ, Benny, Hicks, all those guys. Don't care. All season long, we never did ourselves the big favors. Trades we made, at the deadline to solidify the team didn't solidify them. They fractured the team even more.
Yeah, Montas, well, it's not their fault that they're injured, but Montas, Efros, the only guy that's made it is Trevino, which is crazy.
No, you're right, but I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming the injuries. I'm blaming the fact that you had a team that was rolling well, and then you wanted to solidify it, and then you turn around and brought people in there that fractured them instead of bringing them closer together.
Yeah. Oh, and Bader, who's won us a couple playoff games, which has been great.
Yeah, Bader's definitely made us forget about Jordan Montgomery. I will say.
Yeah, who's that? I don't even know who that guy is. So
He's the guy that was throwing fastballs and told everyone that that the Yankees wouldn't tell him to throw a fastball.
And he still didn't get a playoff start, which is comical. It's so comical. He didn't get a playoff start for St. Louis. They went Quintana and they went Miles Mikolas, and then they brought Jordan Montgomery in a relief role, which is what he was going to do for us anyway.
Yeah.
So, wow. It's funny how that worked out. But I'm glad we could laugh about something, you know. Well, this team is comical in itself right now with the offense, so we can laugh
Not
about
just the
that
offense,
to
the
make us feel
defense.
better.
Not just the offense, the defense. We give Judge all the praise in the world, and he goes ahead and makes a bonehead play like he did, cutting in front of Bader. Honestly, he's played enough right field, and not only that, but he's played enough center field to understand what to do and what not to do. You're telling me that him running in front of there wasn't going to screw up someone who's shorter and trying to find the ball?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Judge was definitely wrong in that situation. 100%. So we'll see how this goes, man. We have one game left. Well, we have one game to really make an impact.
We have 4-1. We have 4. It's 4-1 games. 4-1 game series is what we have.
Yep.
So,
and if we make a miraculous comeback, I'll be the happiest person in the room, and I'll also be the person to tell you that I did not believe this was going to happen. So,
I was optimistic going into the series. I thought it was going to be a dogfight.
Yep.
I figured that there was going to be one game that we were kind of get blown out. You know, quotations on that one. I mean, you want to say tonight was a blowout. Tonight was the blowout, but I think it was going to be tonight's game. I thought it would have been the first Verlander. I thought it was going to be the Tuesday night game or the Wednesday, whatever it was, the Verlander game. I thought that was the blowout game.
And I thought, you know, that first game, I was like, okay, you know, this is a game they're supposed to win. Game 2, they came out flat. Well, not flat, but they didn't produce. The elements didn't help us out. Judge hit the ball to the wrong part of the ballpark. If he pulls that pitch from Brian Abreu, it's 4-3 Yankees lead, and this is a 2-1 series. But, you know, the ball goes to right field, and it dies, and it's in Kyle Tucker's, you know, glove. And I think that's just been, over the course of the past 6 years, that's been the common denominator. That ball that everybody thinks is going to go out, and it just falls into the outfielder's glove. Gary Sanchez, grand slam would be grand slam against the Red Sox in 2018. Didi Gregorius's 3-run homer against Gerrit Cole in 2019. All those moments could have switched those games around, and the Yankees could have won each of those games. And it's not in the history books. It's an L. And that's what matters, is wins and losses. So the almost don't really matter. And this is it just continues in that trend.
It's going to continue that way until, you know, something happens. You know, David over here saying, you know, not making excuses for what Judge did, but if that inning ended, it still would have been a 3-0 game. Well, that inning, it would have been, Cole would have been out in 7 pitches, and it would have been 0-0 at that point. So you don't know how that would have. You don't know how that would have played out at that point. I think
Cole probably gets through the 6th.
Gets through the 6th. There's a chance he goes through the 6th. There's a chance that he doesn't have to. That he feels that he doesn't have pitching behind. He doesn't have to stress making these pitches anymore. So I mean, that changed the entire game. You know, all of a sudden now Christian Javier goes in with a lead going into the bottom of the 3rd inning at that point, and it's like, all right, I'm playing with house money now. I can throw what I want to throw when I want to throw it, how I want to throw it.
Yep.
So, no, I'm not. Judge doesn't get a bye for me. The weight of that game. This game falls solely a lot on his shoulders. You can say Cole because he gave up his home run, goes on him too, but it doesn't happen until, you know, that doesn't happen unless Judge doesn't make that kind of play, and Judge knows better at this point. You know, he's 30 years old, going into his free agent season. He's been playing right field, center field for the past 7 years.
Yeah, whatever. You know, Yeah, it was a bonehead mistake. But
It was.
even if Cole gave up that one homer, that would have been enough because the Yankees offense didn't do anything.
You're
So it
you're
doesn't
right.
matter. At the end of the day, Cole could have gave up that homer in the third inning, and the Yankees offense still would have done what it did, even in a close game. Because guess what? Instead of the mid-level guys, it's going to be the high leverage guys for Houston's bullpen, and they shut us down all series.
Yep. Oh, we got game 4 tomorrow. Nestor versus McCullers. Hopefully some of these bats wake up. Can't promise you anything. I don't expect much now.
Nope. We can't expect much. We have to be idiots. I never thought we go back to 2004 and kind of try to muster something out of that team with the Yankees. But if we do anything like that team did in 04 with the Red Sox, we'll be in a good spot. But it's going to be just extremely difficult. Extremely.
Oh. We'll figure everything out after tomorrow and then go from there. That's not,
Yep.
I can't. There's nothing to say about this game that even brings anything to light. Brings any. There's no. Danny's more positive about a lot of things than about the team than I am on a lot of things. But even when we're both positive, tonight there's just nothing to be positive about. Not one thing.
No. I wish there was. There was.
You can't even
make this a lot. It'll make this a lot more enjoyable.
You're right. I mean, the only what positivity you had? Both teams had 11 strikeouts. Both teams struck out 11 times. I mean, Altuve's batting 036. Alvarez is batting 200. I mean, that's the only thing you can really sit down and go, okay, that's going well.
Altuve isn't destroying us. Woo!
Yeah. Altuve isn't destroying us. Bregman's batting this for the postseason. Bregman's batting 346. Today he went 2 for 4 and got a run in and scored a run.
Jordan Alvarez isn't killing us.
Yeah.
Chas McCormick has become the next Jose Altuve, apparently.
The bottom of this lineup today for the Astros, Mancini went 0 for 2 with an RBI. Christian Vasquez went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Oh,
and then you had McCormick who went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs because he hit a home run. That is the damage that happened. It was at the bottom of the lineup that did the damage.
It's abysmal.
And then let's say the bottom of our lineup. Donaldson went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Cabrera went 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout and a walk, and then Trevino went 0 for 3 with no strikeouts but left 2 men on. Donaldson left 4 men on. Now let's go even to the top of the lineup. You got Rizzo went 0 for 3, left 2 men on with a walk. Judge went 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, left 3 men on. Stanton 1 for 4 with 1 strikeout, left 1 man on. Torres 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, left 1 man on. Carpenter 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts, left 2 men on. Bader 1 for 3, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, left 1 man on. Everybody but Cabrera left a person on base. You're not going to win when you keep leaving people on base. Just keep doing that stuff. That is why we're losing, and Houston's winning. I mean, Houston had left 13 men on base today. We left 16 men on.
Yeah, but Houston's putting a ball in the ballpark too.
Yes, you're right. Houston's out homering us. Our team, which is built to hit home runs, is not hitting home runs.
And at the beginning of the beginning of the series, one of the things that we said and highlighted is we have to keep Houston in the ballpark. If we keep Houston in the ballpark, we're in a better place than we would if we allow them to hit homers. And same thing could be said about us. And Houston just done a so much better job at it than we have. So much better. So Harrison Bader started it off, and that was it. That was the only joy in this series. It happened 3 innings in, and ever since then, it's been miserable. So give Houston all the credit, but hopefully tomorrow things could change. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. It's miserable. Mark, you muted.
Tomorrow, I expect the lineup to be changed yet again. Thank you for that, Danny, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every game so far this series, we've had a different lineup. I expect that fully to happen yet again. So we'll still have the non-consistency of everybody. And we'll just we'll keep it going. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, like I keep saying, hopefully there's a win. Hopefully there's 2 wins. But time will tell that.
If we get back to Houston, it'll be a miracle.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at, unfortunately.
I don't know. I have nothing else to say about this game. It's deteriorating. It's
terrible. It's terrible. I'm gonna go somewhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just gotta, try to forget about this. If I were the Yankees, I'd be doing the same exact thing. I'm not gonna go home. I'm gonna go to like Chelsea Piers and kind of like soul search. Like that's what you have to do in this situation. Your season's on the line tomorrow. You've been utterly dominated. Go somewhere, be alone. Don't be around family. Be like, yo, what can I do as a ball player to help this team win tomorrow? And just bring that approach. And hopefully all 30 guys do that and have that singular focus tomorrow to win.
So hopefully it starts from the top when Cashman and the brain trust of nerds come down and work with Boone and putting this an actual lineup together that will not to produce is asking a lot, but just not show up. They're using double negative. They just could put people out there that can have good at bats, do something, even put the ball in play. Like forget the strikeouts, just put the ball in play. And see what happens. You put the ball in play, good things could happen.
Yep, maybe Houston.
Yeah, maybe Houston starts making errors. Maybe we can start capitalizing on it. But I mean, having another game of double-digit errors, double-digit strikeouts is not worth it. I mean, I think in the past 3 games, it's 41 strikeouts.
Terrible.
Just let that settle in, man. 41 strikeouts in 3 games.
It's time to soul search. It's that time. It really is.
They need going back. What you keep saying about the 2004 Red Sox. What they always say is they need a cowboy up, and this team needs to do. They need a cowboy up. They need to turn around. They need to look at themselves in the mirror. They need to figure out what they're doing. Make the changes that need to be made. Stop doing the normal things that they keep doing because it's obviously not working. And if they lose, trying to make the better changes, I'm fine with that. But you can't go out losing, doing the same thing that they've been doing all year long because it's obviously not working, and it hasn't worked since, for the most part, hasn't worked since August. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it all.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I got nothing else to say. It's just terrible.
All right. It's terrible. Tomorrow. Hopefully we do better tomorrow. For Alex and Dave, who weren't able to make it, for Danny, this is Mark, Bronx Muchachos, signing off. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a better result.